All right, we had to move on from Erik ten Hag, and looks like INEOS have been working on a deal of a replacement of Erik ten Hag in the past days. And let's give kudos to this guy who obviously went ahead and obviously gave us a story linking Ruben Amorim to Manchester United, and we never gave it what we call the required news. And it was none other than Platigol who came up and obviously told us some week ago that Man United recently made an inquiry regarding Ruben Amorim as they had been preparing for Erik ten Hag's departure. There were talks. Amorim is definitely on Man United's list. However, they were informed that he isn't planning to leave Sporting Lisbon in the winter. Then he also added and said that was the original plan so far, as Amorim has been holding with the club this season. In the summer, he can leave the club due to the release clause. Now, as it stands, looks like things have gone ahead to flip. Things have flipped, and this is the power of having people who know what to do, especially Omar Berada, Dan Ashworth, and Joan Cloud, because they're really experienced at this and they know what to do. That if at all you want to sack a manager, you don't need to take a day to show to it that you're really very prepared and well planned. And this is what I want to give. I want to give kudos to INEOS for, because if it were the Glazers, they would have gone ahead, obviously take some 2, 3, 4 weeks to obviously come up and obviously make a decision. But for them, in the post or the article, they went ahead obviously post onto the Man United website. They told us that the interimship of Ruud van Nistelrooy is really gonna be short-lived, and they've gone ahead to show us that it is really gonna be short-lived, and Man United are really moving aggressively. And even though I never wanted Ten Hag to be sacked, you get, though he got himself sacked, you get, I have to come out here and really acknowledge INEOS for what they've gone ahead to do, meaning that by the time they said you are out, they are already having a person they think can come up and obviously work with the structure of Manchester United. Welcome to the United Matters channel. It is confirmed Ruben Amorim to Manchester United in advanced talks. Guys, it is happening, and it looks like Ruben Amorim is going to be the next manager for the club of Manchester United. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and obviously the vibe is totally different, because I think there is that relief that fans do get when a new manager comes in through, and the fans supporting the manager or not backing him obviously lies in what the fans really think. The proof is in the pudding. That's what we can all say. Now, who has come up and obviously said this first? It has been David Austin, but before we obviously get into that, please go ahead and obviously subscribe to this channel. We want to hit 20,000 subscribers, guys, before the end of this week. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen and see to it that all really comes on as to plan. So, how many likes here? Let's see 300 likes on this video. Let's see 300 likes onto this video. Now, David Austin has come out and said the following: Man United working on a deal to appoint Ruben Amorim as head coach. Man United ready to pay 10 million euros of release clause, in talks with the Portuguese to finalize. 39-year-old Portuguese open to accepting the move. This is what David Austin went ahead obviously come up and really tell us. Then Fabrizio Romano later went ahead and told us that Manchester United have approached Sporting Lisbon for Ruben Amorim as he's the favorite candidate to replace Erik ten Hag. Talks ongoing as the Athletic reports. Contract terms have also been discussed with Ruben Amorim's camp in the recent hours. Now, looks like everything is really moving on fast, and the moment United goes ahead obviously contact Sporting Lisbon, it's a very big okay from Ruben Amorim. He has gone ahead to give them green light to obviously talk to the manager, and I tell you, if it was the case that he's not going to be coming in immediately, then they wouldn't have gone ahead to obviously see this news come out now. But because they want him in here immediately, Manchester United are like, let's do the needful. Let's get this guy in immediately, and that's why they want to obviously get him at the club of Manchester United immediately, and they want to see to it that everything really moves on as planned for Ruben Amorim, and the United are really getting it right. I've been one of those who has always gone ahead to say there are two managers that I would like to replace Erik ten Hag if at all he's sacked. Nagelsmann leading my list, and Ruben Amorim is one of those. You get, but the big question remains: can he really overturn what the mess has been at the club of Manchester United? That is the most important bit of it all. Can he really overturn it? You get, can he really overturn it? That is the most important bit of it all, and we're here to wait and see whether he's really going to overcome it. Because if you look at his history, he has worked with the following teams in his managerial career: Casapia, 2018-2019. In 2019, he came to Braga B. 2019-2020, he was playing for Braga. 2020-2024, obviously, he was playing with Sporting Lisbon. Sorry, he's managing Sporting Lisbon. So he has been at Sporting Lisbon for the last 4 years, and obviously, he is really great. And when you look at his season, he's a winner. That is it. He has gone ahead to win, I think, is it 2 trophies with Sporting Lisbon, especially the league, and he has gone ahead to build a team that has gone ahead to obviously be a juggernaut, obviously come and really fragment the dominancy of teams like FC Porto and Benfica. There, he has really highly taken the bar. In the Champions League, he's really doing great, and obviously he's one of those managers that even teams like Man City have been looking at, and it shows you that we are getting in the right manager. And my worry about this is, even when Erik ten Hag was being gotten in, he was onto the short list of City. That is it. And guess what? Did he do anything like expected? He tried and tried and tried, but as I told you, the environment around Manchester United will fail every manager, and Ruben Amorim is really having a chance that he's coming at Manchester United and is going to be working under INEOS, you get, and he'll be having all the time to obviously see how things are really going to evolve, and I think he's going to be given the veto power to make a decision. So we wait and see whether INEOS are really or have gone ahead to sort out everything that has been failing the previous managers at Manchester United. That is it. Because Ruben Amorim has to come here and really find what we call a soft ground. And I sounded this, all echoed it here for a very long period of time, that I don't want Erik ten Hag not to be sacked. You know, sacking Erik ten Hag was not a problem, but my problem was, if you sack Erik ten Hag, have you gone ahead to obviously prepare a soft landing ground for the next manager? That is my worry, you know. That has always gone ahead to be my worry, and we wait to see how things are really going to be panning out at Manchester United after Erik ten Hag is going to be sacked. And Ruben Amorim is like Erik ten Hag. We all know that, because for Erik ten Hag, he was at Bayern Munich working with Pep Guardiola. He was at FC20. He had really a better career than Ruben Amorim. You get, but everyone saw him as the next Pep, saw him as the next Jurgen Klopp. You understand? The next big coaches, you understand? But he failed at Manchester United. And it has been the same at Manchester United. Very many managers that have gone ahead to come in here have found themselves failed. You know, they've gotten failed by the environment, the player power at Manchester United, and some players being untouchable. And Ruben Amorim comes in through. He has a player that he worked with at Sporting Lisbon, already at Manchester United, Manuel Ugarte, and maybe we might be looking at this, and maybe INEOS is like, we want Ugarte in that midfield, and there is a manager that made him the player that he is right now. He is at Sporting Lisbon. Let us get him in, because we believe that Ugarte, Kobe Mainoo, is our ideal midfield or our pivot for the club of Manchester United. And we all know the system that Ruben Amorim really plays. It's a 3-4-3. You know, that means he plays with 3 central defenders, right? And then he plays with 2 wing backs, a right wing back and a left wing back. Then he obviously comes up and really fields what we call he obviously comes up and obviously fields what we call a double pivot, you know, and then he plays with 2 central attacking midfielders, all 3 forwards. And let me show you his system and how it obviously looks to ask yourself, how does Bruno Fernandes get into his equation? Because he's one of the highly paid players. You know, here you can say it will be Onana. Here you can say it will be Lenny Yoro. Here Matthias De Ligt, Lisandro Martinez. Right? Then here Dalo, Luksho Ol Malacia, Ol Harry Amaz. Then here Ugarte and Kobe Mainoo. And these 2 players, you anticipate that here will be having Amadi Diallo and Alejandro Garnacho. Then here, it will be Rasmus Højlund. Now, how does Bruno Fernandes fit into the system of this guy? So, looks like the post-mortem has already gone ahead to be made by Ruben Amorim. With the yes that he has gone ahead to give Manchester United, it shows you to it that he has already gone ahead to obviously tell them, the guys at Manchester United, that I can do that job. And he looks like he's ready to come in throughout Manchester United and put in the required shift altogether. So for me, him coming in through, I'm going to be excited about him. But just know, not everyone is really going to welcome him at the club of Manchester United, because we know the pundits on how they're really going to go ahead and really attack him, that he is a manager who has been at Sporting Lisbon. What does he know? He's the same like Erik ten Hag. Most of the people think that we need a reputable coach who has done it somewhere else to obviously come and instill discipline into the team. And yet INEOS have a plan to build for the future. And they don't want to mix winning with building for the future. And they're like, if we win when you're building, that's a bonus, but we want to really have a plan on which manager we're going to be having. 39 years of age, still young, obviously. He will obviously come in through and obviously put in a required shift altogether in the club of Manchester United. Looks like he's the favorite and he's going to be coming in through. He has gone ahead to give United his yes, and that is something great. Now, Alex Crook coming in through from TalkSport. He has told us that Man United are in advanced talks with Ruben Amorim. The Sporting Lisbon manager is likely to be Erik ten Hag's replacement. Obviously, he's really gonna be the replacement of Erik ten Hag, no doubt about that. Then we have a story coming from Matteo Moretto. Manchester United have been in talks with Ruben Amorim for several days. So, obviously, this is evident. This is totally evident, because for a team to come out and obviously go in for a manager like this, that means the talks haven't gone ahead to happen just today. You get? Hasn't gone ahead to obviously happen today. Talks have been going on, as Political told us before, that talks between Manchester United and Ruben Amorim have all been happening, and it's all something that we do. So, Ruben Amorim has a lot of records. Remember, he knocked out Arsenal, by the way, in the he knocked out Arsenal from the UEFA Europa League, if you remember very well, in the season of 2023-2020. It was season of 2022-2023. Remember that very well? He went ahead to obviously come up and obviously said that he beat Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. You know, in Sporting Lisbon, it ended 1-0. It ended 2-2, right? In favor of no one. At Emirates, it ended 1-1, and they knocked them out on penalties. So he is a good manager, and we've gone ahead to see very many players that have always gone ahead to come in and obviously put in a required shift altogether. So guys, I feel relieved with the situation that INEOS have decided to obviously go in for a permanent manager immediately. Now, what's the importance of getting in a permanent manager imminently? One, you'll obviously have a chance to see to it that you get in that manager. He will use all this. You get? we are talking about the players. You'll use the remaining games, because we are having how many games in the league? 29. We are having to play into the UEFA Europa League. For the Carabao Cup, I don't know how you're going to be performing on Wednesday. That's why I'm not considering it. But if I told you knock out Leicester City on Wednesday under Ruud van Nistelrooy, that will be great, getting us more and more games. This manager will use these games until the summer to obviously plan for his season of next year. You get, other than getting in a manager in the summer to obviously assess these players in the preseason and obviously start a season with them, it's better to obviously come out and say enough is enough. This one cannot work under my system. I need so and so. If not, don't really come close to me. You get? So, as it stands, a lot is really happening. And we can't wait to see how Man United are really going to come up and obviously look like under Ruben Amorim. I know he's a very good manager, like how Erik ten Hag was. But there are some question marks that how did Erik ten Hag fail to instill the style of play that he had at Ajax, at Manchester United? You get? We need to know what failed him. And if at all INEOS now have the answer, that is good to go, and you're 100% sure that Ruben Amorim is really going to come up and obviously be one of the most successful people at the club of Manchester United. So, the story is Ruben Amorim is the manager that Man United have gonna hate to choose to come in through and replace Erik ten Hag. And as it stands, things are really moving into the right direction for Manchester United. They've gotten approval from Ruben Amorim, and then United have gonna hit obviously contact the side of. They've gonna hit to contact the side of. They've gonna hit obviously contact the side of Ruben Amorim. Sorry, they've gonna hit to contact the side of Sporting Lisbon, and the side of Sporting Lisbon is like, all right, you can obviously have him provided you pay us the amount of money. You get? So that is how things are really panning out for Ruben Amorim, and I like him as a manager. I tell you, I like his style of play, but the question is, does he have enough center backs to implement that style? But maybe coming through at Manchester United, he might obviously come up and obviously put things differently. That's it. It might happen in there for you. So we are waiting to see how everything's really going to be panning out at the club of Manchester United with their thoughts of really appointing Ruben Amorim. He's a Portuguese manager. He's really going to be finding some Portuguese players in here. You get, for example, Dalo. He's really going to be here. You get Dalo, Bruno Fernandes, and I hope that he really finds a soft landing ground at the club of Manchester United. The other question marks will be like, will he be left? Will Bruno Fernandes be left to be the captain of the manager? I don't think so. Sorry. I can't say yes or no, but it will depend on who he wants to be his captain, because he is a man who is really strict on his job. So, Man United, today on the 28th of October, it will be remembered that that's when Erik ten Hag got himself sacked. And we got sacked, they immediately moved in for Ruben Amorim, and he's really one of those that is really wanting to come and obviously take over the club of Manchester United. And he wants to join with immediate effect. That is it. And I think by tomorrow or by today night, we will be knowing whether a decision has been made and the United have gone ahead obviously agree everything. And maybe tomorrow an announcement will be made and Ruben Amorim will fly to obviously come in through and do the needful. And you never know, if all moves onto the pace like it is, he will be on the touchline as Manchester United plays against Chelsea, because the new manager bounce can easily come up and obviously affect positively the way we are really going to play. But for how long will it live? And the big question is he coming in with his assistants, or he's really going to be working under Ruud van Nistelrooy and Ren Heck, that Ruud van Nistelrooy that Erik ten Hag has been working with? And if at all he obviously comes in through to accept work with Ruud van Nistelrooy and Ren Heck, then that will be a confirmation that it's not Erik ten Hag, as he said that he called Rene Heck and Ruud van Nistelrooy. You understand? So a lot is really into question, but we are here to see how things are really going to be panning out, and we promise that we are obviously going to be coming in here to bring you the latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned. I don't know what your thoughts are about Ruben Amorim. Do you think he's the right guy to come out and really replace Erik ten Hag? All that and more into the comment section below. Rock and David is my name. Continue to subscribe. Let's hit 20,000 subscribers tonight. Guys, let's obviously hit it tonight, because we are throwing in stories left, right, and center about who is really going to be replacing Erik ten Hag. I think a live video is really going to be scheduled in the next 2 hours, and we're going to be talking throughout the night and seeing who is the real man to obviously come in and really put in the Ricardo shift all possible all together. Bye-bye.